Okay guys, what is up? I am Enigma back here, and it is officially time for my Q&A session, part 2, to go along with my 100th video special. To begin with, I'd like to thank you all so much that participated. I got some interesting questions, to say the least. And for those of you that didn't, that is okay too. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. And as you can see, I added some Call of Duty Black Ops 2 gameplay, so you're not too completely bored just listening to my boring old voice through this. So, anyway, let's cut to the chase and begin. To begin with, a question I got on Skype from a man that goes by the name of Andre Twist. And he said, what feud do you wish would have happened in ROV before you closed its doors? And that's actually a pretty hard question. We were getting some interesting people into ROV, some good talent, and I don't know. I would have liked to have honestly seen where iEmpire was going with Zach Vengeance, Matt Walker, and Ray Sefo. That would have definitely been interesting to see, as I know some interesting stuff would have happened. So that would have been fun to have seen. I would have liked to have seen that. I would have liked to have seen, speaking of Andre Twist himself, I would have liked to have seen Matt Walker and Andre Twist, because they had one steel cage back in the good old days of ROV, and it was an interesting match, and it came down to the hair. And Andre Twist now proclaims that since he used the spear on Matt Walker in that match, that is now why Matt Walker uses the spear, which of course is not completely true. Maybe just a tad, because Matt Walker liked the move and he crafted it from Andre Twist, and does it of course a lot better. So yeah, that's pretty much it on that question. Let's move on to the next question I got from Dark Sidekicker on Xbox. He said, how did I come up with the name Matt Walker? Oh boy, that's a difficult question actually. I honestly don't know. It was a while ago now, a good year, that I've had the call of Matt Walker, so I honestly don't remember. I was honestly just sitting there coming up thinking of names, and oh no, I actually do remember. And people, you can laugh, say whatever you want. I know what made me think of the name. I was honestly looking around the posters in my bedroom, thinking of names, because I thought I got to come up with a name for this guy other than Enigma, because I wanted a real wrestling, well, not a real wrestling name, but a real name for the guy. So I was sitting around looking around, and I saw that I had an original Fast and Furious poster, and I thought of the name of the actor that plays Brian O'Connor, which is Paul Walker. So I thought I liked the name Walker. I thought, okay, I'll use that as a last name. And then I was looking around some more, and honestly, I looked at my Hardy Boys poster. Of course, Enigma has a Hardy Boys poster, ha ha ha. And I thought Matt Hardy. So that's pretty much how it came together. Matt Hardy and Paul Walker, and I made Matt Walker. So you can laugh all you want, but that's the honest truth. I said I'd be honest in this video, so I am being very honest. And that's how I came up with the name Matt Walker. It took me a second there to think of it, but that's definitely how I did it. That was a good question, actually, because I didn't remember for a split second there. So, yeah. There you go. That's how I came up with the name Matt Walker. And Dark Sidekicker also asked me, how did I meet Zach Vengeance? This story's going to take a minute. Okay, so let's move back. Enigma started playing SVR games all the way back in SVR 2009, where I remember my very first match. Not that this has anything to do with the story. I remember my very first match. I went into a tag team match, and my partner left the ring and let me get jumped by two guys, which was very, very mean. I was a little lower at the time. I didn't understand what was going on. I was just playing an Xbox Live match, having fun. But it wasn't fun, and it very disappointed me. And that guy actually became one of my good friends on Xbox. And I still talk to him today. He doesn't play WWE games no longer, but yeah. So that was definitely it. And then I moved on to SVR 2010, met some interesting people, joined my first noob clan, which was fun, and that's where I met my friend Harmy Sky, Hermotics Exotic, and we were having some good old times playing SVR 2010, knocking people out left and right, you know, just having fun. And then we moved on to SVR 2011. That's where things got interesting. Me and Harmy Sky joined a league, and he said, yo, Enigma, you should send this guy a message and join his league. And it was EIF. Some of you are familiar with it, some of you aren't. It's a pen and paper league, been around since SVR 07 online, which is a very long time actually, so I gotta give EIF owner Carney props. He's been around for quite a long time. Whether or not I do or don't like the play style of his league anymore, I did used to fairly enjoy it, which was just competitive play. Sometimes a little cheap, but never noobing. I will say that league was never noobing. I don't know about nowadays, but it wasn't back then. It used to be straight up fun. But anyway, so I joined in, and he had a version of the NXT program. I don't remember what it was called, EIF Breakout or something like that. I don't remember. But So, we got mentors. And funny enough, my mentor was known at the time as the San Francisco 69 or Dechen 69. And, of course, that is Zach Vengeance. He plays the character Zach Vengeance. And, he was supposed to be my mentor. And, he didn't teach me much about how to play the game and nothing. I was still a little fresh. I mean, I was still learning how to play and everything. And, not just going for knockouts, going for pins and submissions and stuff. Like I had done with Hermotics. But, so he taught me a little bit here and there. We played matches. And, then the story progressed on to where I won their NXT championship. So, of course, once I lost the belt, I'd move on to the upper ranks. Had some pretty good success in EIF, held multiple titles, had some good times. And then it finally came down to where, believe it or not, I was in the triple threat at EIF's WrestleMania against Dechen 69 and a guy by the name of Hostile Exile for the EIF World Championship. And that was a very interesting match where me and Dechen, Zach Vengeance, whatever you want to call him, we were getting pissed that the guy kept running and hiding from us, so we eventually, it was a triple threat last man standing, and so it was a EIF original match, and what that means was the EIF owner Carney, he'd watch the match and he'd do the counting. So, after a 10 count, Hostile Exile got eliminated, and it came down to me and, at the time, the EIF World Champion, Zach Vengeance, Dechen 69, and we went back and forth for a good 20 minutes probably. I finally hit a finisher, and he could not get up after a 10 count, so I became the EIF World Champion, thus defeating my mentor. Student defeats the teacher, which is, of course, always the grand story. And ever since then, we've just been friends, and I know this isn't really a question either, but that's how we went on to form ROV. We eventually left EIF one day, not wanting to play the competitive playstyle anymore. Well, actually, we still, EIF, the very original ROV, was competitive. And those of you that didn't get to see that, we shut that channel down. Those were good times, and it was originally competitive, like any other league at the time, really. And that's how we started that. And yeah, of course, most of you know the story of ROV, so that went on to last, and then we finally shut our doors, and that's pretty much the story of how I met Dechen 69, Zach Vengeance. We're still good friends here today. So yeah, that's pretty much it on that one. Next question I got is a guy from Skillet2331, and he says, do you have any passions or hobbies besides WWE and Black Ops 2? If you mean gaming wise, I play a couple of games. I don't really play much. I do play WWE, of course, Black Ops 2, Assassin's Creed 3, I like to play LA Noire. I still go back and play some old SVRs here and there, some 07, some 2011, Gears of War, but that really just started to piss me off after the map packs came out. And if you didn't have the map packs, they couldn't guarantee you a good server, so that just made me mad all around. Plus, I beat the campaign on Hardened, or Veteran, whatever it is, for Gears of War twice, and I still didn't get my achievements. So that kind of pissed me off, and I don't play Gears of War 3 that much anymore, but I did. And, I don't really play too many games. That's about it. I play a couple arcade games here and there that I have downloaded. But that's about all for me, so that's basically the story on that. And, I don't know if you mean besides video gaming, but any other passions I have is, of course, making videos. Like to hang out with friends like any other teenager. I'm pretty decently into guns. I mean, I like guns. I like to shoot guns. And that's pretty much it. My main focus right now is school, so that's where most of my time's been going. So I hope that answered your question for you, because it wasn't too specific, but if that's what you were trying to mean, then yeah. Okay, and my next question is from Malik Edwards. When will Matt Walker kick Malik McStar's ass? Ooh, I like that. Or when will they fight? Well, as far as I know, Matt Walker is scheduled to supposedly travel over to Malik McStar's hometown of Dallas, Texas. So, I don't know. I heard that there's a local show coming up called The Armory, and I know that supposedly they've booked the match card as Matt Walker versus Malik McStar. Now, I'm not sure if that's true or not. Of course, card's subject to change, as with all wrestling events. So, I don't know if that's going to happen or not. We'll have to just wait and see. So, I'm sorry I can't clarify that question for you that well. And Phenomenal Angel, oh, here's one of the good questions. Boy, oh boy. Phenomenal Angel from one of my friends from PS3 when I joined the clan MOD. Oh boy, is Angel funny? And let me tell you, he told me not to tell anybody, but since he asked a funny racist question like this, since I am half Mexican, so I assume it's a racist question, Angel went over to India during the summer, and he wore a dress. So, I told everybody, I don't care. Ha. But anyway, Angel told me that, do you like bean burritos? Of course I do. I'm a fat, half Mexican guy, so yeah, of course I love bean burritos. Who doesn't? And if so, when was the last time you had one? I haven't had a good bean burrito in a while, actually. I would say it's been a couple months. Well, probably like 2 months since I've had a good bean burrito. Well, since I've had any bean burrito. So, yeah, it's been a while. So I hope that answers your question, Angel, and I hope you like that I told everyone that you wore your dress in India with pride. Anyway, let's move on. Drastics asked me, who is my favorite WWE superstar? Now, if we're talking about currently, that's a toss-up. I'd probably have to say currently would probably be Daniel Bryan or CM Punk. Past, of course, my favorite wrestler is Jeff Hardy. I mean, let's be honest. He might not be the best wrestler in the world. He might not be the best on the mic. He's insane for spots. He knows how to put on crazy spots. And honestly, his life struggles, I don't know why. It's just like, whenever I'm going through a rough time or something, I think about all that Jeff Hardy's been through, whether or not he's self-inflicted it himself. We all know that he's been a drug addict and everything else, but I like to look on that sometimes and help me get through some hard stuff. So that's a big reason why he's my favorite WWE, well, favorite wrestler altogether. But if we're talking about current, like I said, it would definitely have to be CM Punk or Daniel Bryan. Those are the only two that really interest me right now. The Shield is pretty interesting, but out of the three, I would probably have to say Seth Rollins. And that's about it. So, yeah. Let's move on. Mason C. For anybody that does not know, Mason C is Ray Sifo. Mason Chronics. Negro stole it. But anyway, let's move on to his question, which wasn't really stated in a question form, but it's okay. Hello, twin. I want to know when Mom is coming home. She left the other night to go to her night job and never came back. Should I call her and report a dead hooker? Well, Mason, you obviously know that we are twins, but you know that I'm the adopted one and that I have a good life and everything, and that you still got to deal with our birth mom. So, I mean, if she went out and didn't come back, I mean, that's up to you. So, I don't really care much for her, so you can do whatever you want. And for those of you that thinking that's rude, we're really not twins. We're just born on the same day. And, yeah, we share the same birthday. We have BJ birthday parties. So if anyone's interested in that, let me know. And, yeah, we're really not twins, though. We're just born on the same day. So anybody that's singing that's rude, it's just an inside joke. But anyway, let's move on now. EWSS4 asked me, Eric Levine versus Matt Walker. I think that means you know what I mean? Yeah, we can definitely throw down, and I mean, at the end of the day, you'll get speared, and Matt Walker will get the 1, 2, 3, of course, but you can try to defeat him. Let's move on again. Now, Pure Killer Chris, Rage Monarch, he insisted on asking me like 5 questions, so I didn't get too many, so I said that's fine. Who is your favorite opponent on WWE 13 to start off with his list of questions? My favorite opponent as of right now is a toss-up. I uploaded one match. It's a toss-up between Monroe and Nick Virtue. I played both of them a few times, and honestly, each match we have, it's just crazy. Like, me and Monroe, I just feel that there's this energy there, and that it sounds super nerdy to say, but it feels like Matt Walker and Monroe honestly do not like each other when they fight. I mean, you can barely call their matches wrestling matches. They have fights. And Nick Virtue is a very technical fight, but Matt Walker usually pulls dirty tricks out of his sleeves to try to get the win. It usually doesn't work for him, as usual, but yeah, those are definitely probably my 2 favorite opponents on WWE 13 as of right now. And I don't know. We'll see what the future brings as to who I play and what type of matches we have. Whose COD do you consider underrated? Ooh, Rage. That's a tough question. I personally, myself, I really try not to judge other people's cause, not to say much, because I honestly don't feel I'm that good of a COD maker myself. And it's really just what people like, and go with your own thing, you know. I don't really take criticism. Well, I take it, but sometimes I don't really use it because I like my COD. I'm happy with it. Yeah. But a COD I consider underrated would honestly be I honestly can't say his name right, but it's Why I Understand Mark Shinore or something like that. I don't know how to pronounce it. I honestly don't. He's a pretty cool guy. I've known him for like a year, and we've had some pretty good matches actually. But people don't really know him or his COD, but he definitely has an amazing COD this year. And I had a match with him so far on 13. I need to have another one to where I can record it. But it was definitely a good back and forth match, and his COD just looks awesome to me. I love the paint tools he throws on there and everything else. And yeah, I do feel as if he's a little underrated. Not too many people know about him. And let's see, from Rage Monarch, another one of his questions, and I like this one. What are your goals for your channel for 2013? Honestly, just keep doing my thing. I want to put out more content of different video games. I'm kind of getting tired of just wrestling. Like Black Ops 2, I want to start putting out more stuff of that, some Assassin's Creed 3, and what other new games I might be able to get, or even old games if people feel like watching it. It's just, on my channel, people don't really tell me what they'd like to see. And it'd honestly be helpful if you guys tell me what type of content you'd like to see besides wrestling. I mean, I love uploading good matches that I have with people, but it does kind of get boring, and I bet some of you do get bored of seeing just WWE content all the time. So, yeah, my goals for 2013 as far as my channel is to upload more content. I hate my voice, but other people don't, so maybe upload more commentaries. Do like maybe some live commentaries with some friends if I'm playing Black Ops or something. Because usually when we do that, we're having funny conversations or we're getting mad and cursing the game out. So maybe try to do some more stuff along those lines. I would say partnership, but I'm not really looking for that. I mean, it'd be nice, but I'm not really a channel that's looking for that. Plus, I'm only at 330 subs, so it's not probably an option right now. So it doesn't really bother me. I mean, I'd like a partnership, sure, but if I get one, I get one. If I don't, I don't. So for 2013, I just want to expand my channel, get more game content, get more subscribers, of course, as does everyone, and just have a good time uploading videos, recording, doing all that, which I do already. So that's my plans for 2013 for my channel. And then, Rage, you're a funny guy, Pure Killer Chris. Ha ha ha, when will Ridge Walker and Matt Walker finally form a tag team? You're a real funny guy there. I already told the story of how I came up with my call name. I honestly didn't know who Ridge Walker was at the time when I made my call name. Yes, I was the one that found him and got him in ROV, I think. Could be wrong on that, don't quote me on that. But I had no clue who he was, so I know people make fun of us for being the Walker brothers. But I definitely don't think I see myself forming a tag team with him. Sorry to bum you out there, Rage. But I really don't see forming a tag team with him. He's just a little kid and he's annoying. And I don't care if he hears this. You're an annoying little kid, Ridge Walker. So, yeah, that's pretty much it on that one. To move on. My next question from Aerosmith96. Rob Hazard, how are you doing, buddy? You don't even talk to me that much anymore, Prodigy. That's just, it might be some of my fault, though. I don't talk to many people on Xbox. I usually talk on Skype and stuff. But anyway, he said, how did you get into wrestling? Well, in general, gaming-wise, you heard me, I started in 09. But to become a wrestling fan, my whole family's been, well, not my whole family, but my father's father, so my grandfather, he was a big wrestling fan. My dad used to take him to wrestling events all the time. They got to see some really cool stuff back in the day. I wish I could have seen it. But so I just kind of grew up with it. And I mean, I wasn't always really too into it. But then I remember in, I don't know, maybe 6th grade for me, and I'm in the 11th now, my friend came over and he said, can we put on wrestling? And I said, I don't really care. So he put on wrestling. And the first thing I saw on that night of wrestling, it might not have been the 6th grade. I think it was 2007. But the first thing I saw was Jeff Hardy, and he was in a match. I don't remember with who. It might have been his comeback match against Edge when he first came back. So I, of course, had no clue what was going on. I was kind of a fan of TNA before that, so I knew Jeff Hardy was in TNA, and it was a shocker to see him in WWE. But that's pretty much how I got into wrestling, and now I'm just a big old wrestling fan, as everybody knows. So yeah, that's pretty much how I got into wrestling. It's always just sort of been there, and then I got more into it once I probably saw Jeff Hardy, and I'll be honest about that. I don't care. That's probably why my name's Enigma. So CTCCM Damon Savage Sim, another good buddy of mine from PS3 who I make fun of a lot, and it's kind of funny, and I've been told to show him respect, but I don't roll like that, so no. But anyway, he asked me, if you could transform yourself into a super rat for 24 hours, would you do it? I don't really like rats, so no. And I know this is some sort of joke between you people. Not quite sure who's all in on it, the rat thing. And I see it posted on videos on matches and stuff, so I'm not quite sure what y'all mean by rats. I know a rat is a tattletale, so I don't know. But yeah, I definitely wouldn't want to be a super rat. If we're talking about a real rat, I wouldn't want to be a super rat. So yeah, that's about as far as that question goes. And the answer is yeah, no. Alright, so anyway, that Eno. Oh, I'm sorry, Eno. Excuse me. Everybody says his name 8 different ways. But he asked me a very interesting question himself. He said, if you could change one thing about the COD community, what would it be and why? I've heard people say questions like this before and give answers, but I personally don't know. I mean, the COD community is just, it's itself. If I had the power to change something, maybe it'd be that we all get along better and we all cooperate with each other a lot better. I mean, yeah, in my opinion, you got 3 different levels. And this is my opinion, so you can criticize all you want, hate on it, whatever. There's noobing, there's competitive play, and then there's simulation. Now, I consider myself in both the competitive and simulation tier because I'm a little bit of both. I play competitive and I play simulation, so I consider myself a player of both styles. And like I said, though, if I could change one thing, it'd probably be that people get along better, that we could cooperate more. And I mean, I know there's people that don't like each other, and there's people that are better than each other because of the way they play. And it'd just be cool. Like I said, when leagues were going strong, it would have been really cool to see leagues get together and put on a big show or something, have invasion storylines. We tried that. ROV tried that with at the time PNW, now known as ICE, which just shut its doors as well. And it didn't work out well. It was a little bit both sides' fault, and but it would have been interesting to see. We did get like 2 matches out, but they never made it on a show, I don't think. But it was fun. But yeah, I would love to see more cooperativity, however you want to say it, between just people in general that play in the COD community, and just to do cool things, like if you're in the simulation side, to all have cool matches with each other and stuff, and competitive side just to get along a little bit better. Then noobing, they're just their own thing. They all hit each other and they all think they're better than each other. And I was there myself. I only stopped noobing at the end of 2011, so I know what it's like. And I honestly can say about the noobing community, part of the COD community, that they're just having a good time beating people. That's all that is. I enjoyed it. It was fun. So yeah, there's not too much I'd change, though. It just is what it is. There's not much anybody can do about it. The COD community definitely used to be better, I would say, probably in like 2011 and 2010. It's died. It's not died, but it's went down. But there's still some good people out there, so yeah, we'll just see where the COD community keeps on going, and there's not too much I'd change about it right now. But thank you for that question, that was definitely a good one. Let's see. Oh, my good friend Shady800 Shady, whatever your name is, Shady Ortiz. He asked me, who are you a legit fan of in the COD community? Legit fan. Couple people I can name offhand. Legit fan of Virtue. I'm a legit fan of Monroe. Legit fan of Eno. Legit fan of Barnett. Me and him, I think we hate each other or something. I don't know. Legit fan of you, Shady. Legit fan of my homeboy Army Sky Malik McStar. Legit fan of Vengeance. I'm a legit fan of just about anybody. There's only a couple CODs I do not like in the community. But I'm just about a legit fan of anybody. I like the way people do their own styles. I like the way people have their own CODs. I like the way people do their own designs. I like the way people that are involved in leaks and stuff, or just do it on their own, cut their own promos and stuff. It's just fun to sit back and watch and see what people got to offer. And I know from a standpoint, it's certainly fun to have matches with most of these people, so whether or not I don't talk to them or we don't like each other or anything, there's not too many people I'm not a legit fan of. Even noobs and stuff, yes, I do watch videos and stuff of that, so some of it's fun to watch. And I mean, there's not too many people I'm not legit fans of. I just about like everybody. I can't say the same about everybody back. A lot of people don't like me, but yeah, I'm a legit fan of just about anybody. So I hope that answers your question, Shady. That's not too in-depth, but that's how I feel about it. And you also asked me, Shady, who do I have the best matches with? That's basically what Pure Killer Chris asked me, and so far I would say it's a toss-up between Virtue and Monroe. They put on some amazing matches with me, and I'm sorry if I'm hurting anyone else's feelings. Shady, I could probably honestly throw you in that category. You put on some pretty good matches with me. I feel that chemistry's there when we put on matches. And I could say Chris Grant. Yeah, he's pretty good. His COD's a little different looking this year, but yeah, he's fun to put on matches with too. So I'm sorry if I hurt anybody else's feelings. It's just the way I feel. Oh, I can also throw Barnett in there. He just keeps giving me the stupid Larry to do death. But So I'm sorry if I hurt anybody else's feelings. That's just the way I feel. I honestly have good matches with just about anybody I play. So I never really have a bad match. But the best matches would be with some of those people I named, for sure. Anyway, to move on now, Beast Mode Exile asked me, if you had to save a rat or a cat, which would you save and why? I'm pretty sure this is one of those stupid questions again. I don't get the rat thing. I'm not in on it. But honestly, if I really had to choose between an actual rat and an actual cat, I'd probably save a cat. Because I like cats and I don't like rats. And that's just talking animal-wise and a little something else, but that's for mature audiences only. So, to move on, the natural MK, good old James, he asked me, when will you drop the soap and why? Well, James, to be completely honest with you, I don't intend on dropping the soap. But if I ever did, it would probably be if I got locked up somehow. But I'm pretty sure I would somehow make a necklace and have my soap around the necklace. That way I could not drop it. So, I hope that answers your question there, James. Definitely a weird one, but it's whatever. So, let's move on. boy. This has actually been fun. I like answering these questions, except some of the stupid ones. But that's okay. I said I'd take all. I'd be honest about all my answers. And so far I have been, so that's good. And it's fun. And I apologize for the length of this video. I know it's going to be very long. I actually haven't put Call of Duty gameplay over it yet. I did the voiceover first. So it might be a couple games of Team Deathmatch or something. I'll find some way to make it all have video over it, though. And it will be Call of Duty, so it might be gun games, not zombies, because it takes us a lot longer to play zombies. So just maybe a couple gun games, a couple rounds of Team Deathmatch, whatever. And for those of you that have actually stayed tuned and watched this whole time, I really appreciate it, and thank you very much. We are almost finished here. I'm actually on my last set of questions, and I really appreciate it. It's been fun answering these, so thank you all very much. So, to move on from Trigenesis, I don't know how to say your name, I'm sorry. That's what Harmy told me it was, Trigenesis or something like that. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm a bit retarded when it comes to speech and spelling, so, or excuse me, a bit handicapped. So, I apologize. It's okay. From this guy. He said, do you go to college or have a job? No, sir. As I stated earlier, I am in the 11th grade. I'm a junior, and my focus is on school right now. To be 100% honest with you guys watching, I'm a bit behind on credits, so I have to make them up before I graduate, before I can graduate, actually. So, I'm focused on school right now. After I get out of high school, yes, I do intend on getting a job, of course. So, thank you for that question, but yeah, I'm not that old, buddy. I don't know if it sounds like it or something, but I'm definitely not. I'm only 17. But yeah, thank you. And finally, I saved the best set of questions for last. My homeboy, Harmy Sky, Hermotix, Exotic, whatever you want to call him. He has been my friend on Xbox Live for like 3 years now. And we're like an old married couple. We've had fights. We've blocked each other, removed each other, whatever. But either way, he's still a good friend of mine on Xbox Live. And if he really pisses me off, I'll just drive down to Texas and kick his ass. So, let's move on to Harmy Sky's questions. When will you get a HD capture card? Honestly, I don't know right now. I got decent quality with my little poopy dazzle. So I'm not quite sure, actually. I got money for one right now if I wanted one, but honestly, I'm probably going to spend it on other stuff like some clothes and stuff. So, probably not right now. Maybe in the near future. I don't know. Maybe by the end of next year. We'll just see. I'm not quite sure when I want to put that much money towards one. So, we'll see. But yeah, well, I might get one, I might not. And for those of you that I don't have that pure HD quality, I apologize. I hope you guys still like and enjoy my videos. And I do the best I can with what I got. And under Harmy Sky's next question. Oh, actually, I deleted this question from the comments, but I said I was going to be honest, and I remembered what he said. So I'm going to say it anyway. He said, why do you job to people you should be beating in matches? The honest answer, we play the matches. I lose, whatever. As long as they're good matches, I honestly don't care. You can call me a jobber, you can call me whatever you want. That's why I have Dolph Ziggler as my Titantron, because I personally sell just about as good as he does. So, when I do get to spear people and get the 3, it makes me happy. But I lose quite a bit, so it's okay though. As long as I'm putting on good matches and the person that I'm playing is having an enjoyable match, and of course they enjoy winning, so that's all good with me. So that's pretty much why I job to some people. And I don't really call it jobbing because the match ain't over in 3 minutes. So we just put on good matches and I usually lose. That's all there is to it. I mean, it don't bug me really as much as it would most people. So that's pretty much the end of that question. And Harmy Skies, this is the question I saved for last on purpose. Harmy Sky said, why did ROV close? Now, we go back and forth on this conversation probably about 3 times a day. And it's always a conversation back and forth. He calls me a liar, blah, 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 blah. Let's be 100% honest. Like I said, I would be and I have. Okay, reason number 1. I'll be honest, I felt underappreciated. I put a lot in Dutch into, you know. We both took turns putting together the shows, and we put a lot of work. And for those of you that don't know, that don't make shows, it takes a long time to get all that together. You got to get together people's cause, win scenes, promos, voices, the cut scenes, everything, and it takes a very long time. And I felt underappreciated. People weren't getting their matches done. They didn't act like they cared. Not everybody, but some people, and it just pissed me off. And honestly, another reason is Harmy says I'm a liar on this one, but it's hard to find time for it, to put in that quality work that I want. And I'm not going to say ROV was the best call show. It probably wasn't. But we had fun doing it, and I don't have the time to put that type of work into it anymore. And yeah, I did want to get it bigger and better and put more quality work into it, and I don't got the time. My main focus right now is school. And yes, I'm still on Xbox, honestly, almost every day. But, you know what? I'm not sitting there putting together a 2-hour show, getting everybody's cause, getting voiceovers, getting win scenes, making sure people aren't mad about their matches, making sure people are happy with what happened in their matches. And it's a lot of work. And I just don't have the time right now. Yes, I joined EWE. I'm just there as a superstar right now. So, nothing more. I might have to record my own match. Who knows? I can do that. As long as I'm not editing and putting their show together, I'm happy. So, that's why I joined that. And, honestly, I was burnt out. I was sick and tired of making a show. I will be honest. Most of the guys in ROV I did like and have good times with and played with and talked with most of the time, occasionally, whatever. But I just got burnt out. I was tired of doing it. Detchen was tired of doing it. Neither of us have time. He's busy with college. I'm busy with getting caught up on credits and trying to graduate. And we just don't have the time to put in that work anymore. And there are people that make shows that can agree to this. It's hard and it's time consuming. It is very time consuming. A 2-hour show, you put in a good 6, 7 hour, 8 hour workload into it. And then you gotta render it. That takes 8 to 12 hours. You gotta upload it. That takes about the same amount of time, a little bit less. And it's just a lot of work that we don't have time for, and I just didn't honestly feel like doing it anymore. Oh, and Shady800, I'm sorry Shady, I completely forgot. He also asked me, will ROV come back? I don't know right now. Honest, 100%. Will it? Maybe. And a big problem we also had in ROV was people jumping ship left and right and going to other leagues and stuff, and that's what made me feel so underappreciated. Like, people were like, oh, I can just go over here and do matches for them and blah, blah, blah. And it was making me upset, so that was a big problem. So if it came back, stuff would have to change. A lot of stuff would have to change. So, honestly, I don't know right now. That's my honest answer. Maybe. Who knows? We'll see what the future holds. But, that is it, guys. You made it through almost 35 minutes of me yapping my gums. It's a very long video. I really appreciate those of you that stuck through it. Like I said, I'll throw COD gameplay in, a couple games to yap so you can at least have something to watch while you're listening to me blabber on. But anyway, I really appreciate it, those of you participated. It was definitely fun to air some of my grievances and also just give my honest opinion on stuff. I really enjoyed it. Maybe I'll start doing more free-flow commentaries like I'd like to do, honestly. So, I really appreciate it. Thank you all. Even for those of you that gave me stupid questions that you knew were stupid and kind of funny. But some that I just didn't understand. But thank you all. Greatly appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, do not forget to drop a like, comment, dislike, because I know people are going to anyway. And if you're new to my channel, subscribe. That is all I simply ask. Thank you all. I hope you had an enjoyable time watching and listening. And to me probably sucking at Call of Duty, but oh well. Good day, and I will see you all later.